Want a system that organizes all of your villagers? Well, check this out. What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome to Redstone in a Box. Today we're going to be showing you how to build this villager trader that sorts and organizes your villagers. I do have a villager breeder tutorial on my channel, which I'll put down in the description and on the end screen. And this here is a great way to go ahead and organize your villagers, sort the ones that you don't want from the ones that you do want, and then sort the ones that you do want into organized halls just like this. Everything in this place is button and lever operated, and it uses reliable water streams along with some simple redstone to make everything work. You can make these trading halls as long or as short as you like. You can change the length, and it's up to you. It's totally customizable, and it's also changeable with the width. You can add as many rows as you like over and over again to separate and organize your villagers. All you have to do is take these water streams that I have demonstrated here for you and go ahead and start the next demonstration right next to it, and it'll go ahead and expand itself widthwise as well. Now, because this build is customizable in this area but not back here, we're only going to be listing out some of the items with their amounts due to the fact that those items are not going to change. The customizable part can be bigger or smaller, so those items are subject to change, so we're not going to be listing the amounts. But without further ado, we're going to break into our redstone in a box, which we are going to be needing several redstone torches, several observers. You're going to need sticky pistons, redstone repeaters, redstone dust, redstone blocks, levers, buttons, redstone lamps. You're going to need at least one bucket of lava and several buckets of water. You're going to need at least 2 soul sand, 2 droppers, a dispenser, 6 hoppers, 3 powered rails, an iron trap door, several trap doors of your choice, several signs. You're going to need at least 1 sand and 1 cactus, and several mine carts. Over here we have our decorations that we're going to need. So over here we have a glass of our choice, we have blocks of our choice, and light source of our choice, as well as stairs and slabs of our choice with a fence of our choice and carpet of our choice. So all the blocks in here are customizable and you can change them to whatever you like. I just use iron blocks to make everything look nice and neat, and it's easy to count. So to start things off, you're going to have your villager inlet, which is going to have a water source of some sort, having villagers flow into it. And then once you have it coming in to your villager trader, you're going to need to have a 2x2 opening just like this with glass or any other block of your choice. From this very point right here inside of your villager inlet, you're going to want to make sure that your villager breeder is at least 300 blocks or more away. It can be at least that or more, and that's because your villagers won't actually breed if this is loaded while you're AFK at your villager breeder. You will exceed the mob cap for sure, because you're going to have villagers that have been bred already over here standing, and then that way when you go back to your villager breeder, these guys are in unloaded chunks, and your guys can breed happily. Be sure to cover the top of your villager inlets, that way the villagers don't hop out and escape. And make sure to cover your 2x2 area right above this section right here. This is going to be a 8x8 area that's going to be surrounded with 2 high walls. You're going to want to make sure to do that. And right here below your villager inlet, you're going to want to place a bucket of water like that, and several more along this wall, just like this, all the way across, and then several more across this wall, just like that. And you should see that that should bring all of your water over to this corner here. Coming off of that corner, lower your water trench 1 block down and come out 8 blocks. At the very end, you can put blocks of your choice, but I do recommend putting a stair right here in this area, and that's because that's going to be getting pushed over to stop your villagers, so you can stop the entity cramming damage from happening. Go ahead and place yourself a water source there, and that'll flow right there to the end. Make sure to cap off the entire villager holding cell, and also come over here in the front and go ahead and add a few more blocks like that to allow your villagers a little bit easier time. And make sure to cap this all the way off, all the way up to the front, and you can go and add a solid block just like that. Right at the end of the stream right here is where your villagers will be sitting, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come down by one more block, and that's going to allow the villagers to fall by 2 blocks, and you're going to add a floor down there for them as well to go ahead and sit on. Now over here on this side, we're going to go ahead and add a couple blocks right here. You can add a roof right there, leave this middle section open for now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and add a few things. We need to add a piston right here. We need to add a sticky piston. We're going to go ahead and get one of those. That's going to go in right here. Then we're going to add a dispenser, and that's going to go in right here. And that's going to go ahead and dispense out some minecarts when we get to that point. Now what we need to do is we need to actually come over here by a couple soul sand. Go ahead and put 2 soul sand in front of that one, just like that, coming out to the side. And then you can go ahead and put 3 powered rails, just like that, and go ahead and bring up a couple frontal blocks, just like this, and you can go and add a redstone torch underneath there, and that'll go ahead and power all of those rails. Over here in the middle, go ahead and place 2 more blocks of your choice, and then grab yourself an iron trapdoor and place that right there. That'll keep all of your villagers over here in a nice, neat area. Make sure that it's an iron trapdoor, because you can't interact with that like a wood one. Over here, you're going to need to go ahead and place your hoppers in, which you're going to need a temporary block at first to go ahead and get that started. So go ahead and place a temporary block down there, and your hopper is going to go in there just like that. We need a couple blocks over here to crouch on, so let's go ahead and get that in place. So we're going to go ahead and crouch a few hoppers in underneath this soul sand right here. We're also going to come out one to the side just like that. We're also going to come out one up and over here just like so, just right there. Now we need to go ahead and take a couple of blocks right here and go ahead and place one right there and another one right there. That'll go ahead and make sure that when we have a water, we're going to be spilling water out into this area, it gets stuck right there, and just in case the minecart lands in any of these areas, we should be fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and place in a block right next to that hopper there. Place a bit of sand on top with a cactus on top, just like that. To keep that cactus from growing, you can go ahead and put a sticky piston on top of it just like that, and then we're going to come over here to this dispenser right here. We had this dispenser earlier right pointing into these tracks. You're going to grab 2 droppers. You're going to crouch place 1 dropper on the face of that hopper down there, and then another one on top of that one leading right up into this dispenser here. That's going to go ahead and bring all of your minecarts back up to the top. You'll also need another dispenser right here, and you'll need to put a water bucket inside of it. Over here on the sides, you're going to go ahead and come off that sand block right here. You can come around like this and go ahead and put yourself on a little floor. Come back around and up like this. Go ahead and leave yourself a little viewing window, and you can go and come around like this, just like that. And then once you get down over here, you'll need to make sure that you don't go in front of the cactus. So we're going to go ahead and get on our stairs of choice right here. You're going to go and put a stair right there and a stair right there. And now you can go ahead and grab your wood buttons and put those right behind your pistons right there and right there. You can go ahead and replace these 2 blocks with glass if you'd like to go ahead and see your villager more in motion right there. Then you can go ahead and come around back, and what we're going to be needing to be doing is placing an observer on the face of the sticky piston right there. And you're going to go ahead and get that to face into that dispenser just like that. There we go. And then over here on the side, you're going to need to put in a sign to make sure that that water doesn't flow out like that. Around back, you should see that the water flows into this little pocket just like so, without having any mess just like that. Go ahead and hit the button, and you should see that your water will retract. There we go. Alright, then over here in the back, you'll need to go ahead and place in a block right there. We have a block right here to go ahead and put some redstone on. You're going to come up by 3 more, just like that. You're going to come up a block, come over to the side right here. You're going to come back around in this direction right here to right there, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and go into this redstone with 3 repeaters, all on 4 ticks, just like this. Just like that. There we go. Redstone dust right here on the side of that block. Then we're going to go 2 more repeaters, set to 4 ticks. Redstone dust, then a block. We're going to go into the side of a sticky piston right there with an observer facing in that direction right here. Over here on the side of this sticky piston, we're going to get an observer facing downwards just like that. Both of those are going to be going into this block, which are going to be powering our dispenser, which will bring up our minecarts that are going to be going on our rails here. And then we're going to need a block out here with some redstone dust on it, and that will go ahead and get powered not only on the top, but also power the bottom, so that way all the minecarts get flown up. You should now see that when you hit this button, the water dispenses, the water turns off, and it also sends out a minecart. That is if you loaded up your minecarts already. Once you have all this working, it's time to go ahead and put in your live or die switch, which is going to be a button right there with a sticky piston on the back of it right there. That's going to go ahead and have a observer facing in that direction. Then we're going to go ahead and close all this in. We can go ahead and take this like this. Go ahead and place in blocks here, here, and there. Take a lamp, put those there and there. Now we're going to go ahead and put in a block right there with some redstone dust on top. That's going to have two sticky pistons on the side of it. We're going to go right there and right there, just like that. That's going to have a toggling redstone blocks just like that, so whenever that gets activated, they'll go ahead and switch positions. So you should see that when you hit the button, they do switch positions just like that, and when you hit it again, they switch back. Coming off of that redstone dust, go ahead and come up a block like that and one out to the side, just like so. Go ahead and place in a repeater on the back side right there, left on one tick. Come up a block like that with a sticky piston on the side right here, and you can go ahead and place a redstone block just like that, and underneath it, caddy corner, you can come out here with a bit of redstone with a redstone torch on the face of that one. Directly underneath this block, you can go ahead and place in two sticky pistons, one right there and another one right there facing in that direction. Coming off of those, you can take a temporary block right here. Go ahead and place in two more sticky pistons right here in this direction. And then you can go ahead and run redstone dust right on top of it right here. Go ahead and put glass on the face of those pistons like that, and then go ahead and turn around. This is going to be where your villager is going to be standing and come up into the system. Right here in the very beginning, go ahead and use solid blocks. Go ahead and come up by two, put a roof on it just like that so your villager stays inside there. From this point, you can use glass. Go ahead and put glass around there and around there. You're going to bring this floor all the way out to this point right here, just like that, all the way to the edge. That's going to have a wall going up the back there as well, and then we're going to go ahead and put a couple temporary blocks in right there, just like that. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and bring up this glass up here as well, come all the way up like that. This is going to be a tube for your villager to come on up, just like so. Now, right here, we're going to need some water, but we can't have it right in that area, so we're going to need to make a little pocket like that for some water to be. Now we need our signs. We're going to go ahead and put a sign right there, and that's going to go ahead and block that off so we can put some water right there, and then now we have a water source there. Right underneath that sign, we need to go ahead and place another sign right there, and then caddy corner to it right there as well. We can go and put another water source right there, which will hold right there as well. Over here at the very beginning, go ahead and place in a sign right there on the side of that block, and some water above that. This will be the water path that your villager takes if he lives, and then if he dies, he's going to be coming off in this direction. So you're going to come off with 3 glass blocks just like that, coming one out past your pistons right here. Go ahead and put glass on the back of your pistons, and then turn the corner just like this, right that, 90 degrees. Place a couple of blocks in right there, come across a couple more just like that to fill that in. Make sure to put a cap all the way across and around, just like so. And then from this point, we're going to switch into solid blocks. Go ahead and put in solid blocks all the way around, just like this. There we go. On the downside, go ahead and come down by 2 more blocks. Come down by 1 more and place in a bottom just like this. Go ahead and place in a temporary block right there and go around all the sides just like that so you can place lava down inside. Over here, you're going to go ahead and come across right here in this area, bring in a wall just all the way like that. Go ahead and come up here like this and complete your wall. Over here, you're going to have to skip that cactus, so you're going to need to go ahead and put in a couple blocks right there and actually get that one off there like that, and go ahead and bring that one all the way up and around and bring your roof in just like that. From this point, you can go ahead and bring in 3 glass blocks just like this and fill in the sides of that right here, and go ahead and put your roof on it just like that. Right now, with our door in this position, allowing the villager to go through the live side, these redstone blocks here are reversed. Let's go ahead and swap these around just like that. Now you should see that over here on the die side, that if you hit this button, these switch over and the water stream then curves over to this side, and this door has then gone ahead and put the glass over on this side, allowing the water to switch around and go towards the lava pit. Feel free to double check it. When you hit it again, it should switch, and then you should see that the water stream then goes to the backside, leading to the water elevator. Around the right side, back where our stair is right here, you're going to need to probably pop that one out. Go ahead and place in a temporary block right here. grab yourself a sticky piston, place it in that direction. You can knock out your temporary block. Then go ahead and grab your stair and go ahead and put that back in place. Right here, go ahead and place a block next to that piston with a repeater going into it just like that. Over here on this side, go ahead and bring that wall all the way up, come across. Go ahead and come across right there, and then over here, go ahead and bring this wall all the way up, and then go ahead and grab your glass and put that in. Right in front of that repeater, you can go and grab a lever and place that in right there. Right behind your viewing station, go ahead and place in some solid blocks around the window just like that. Come all the way up. Place in one over your repeater right there. Go ahead and come across right here. Place one on top of that piston, and then around the back side just like this. There we go. Alright, and then we can place one more up here. Grab your signs. You can go and place in a sign right here on that second block right there. There we go. We can come on down here, place another sign right there, and as well another sign right there. That's going to go and make it to where we can put in water right here and right here. If I can collect that back. Let's see, we can put in water right there now. That's going to create a water elevator for our villager to go into. From that point, we can go ahead and use glass. We're going to go ahead and bring that back all the way to the point where our water elevator is, which is right here by a redstone block. We're going to go ahead and come up right here on the back side like that. We can break that block out, and then we're just going to encage this in like this. There we go. Alright, and then on the top, we're going to go and come across, but we're going to leave a 1 block gap, just like that. And then over here on the sides, we can go ahead and bring these all the way in, just like that. There we go. Go ahead and bring those up by 1. Go ahead and come on down here and place in some water. You should see that that goes all the way to the sign, which will carry the villager into the water elevator over there by the viewing station. Over here, we're going to go ahead and come over here to the redstone block. We're going to go ahead and put in a block above our water source right there with a sign, just like that. We're going to bring in a couple more pieces of glass up and around, just like so. Bring these up by 2 more higher than the one that you have already, and then go ahead and put a cap on the top, just like this. You're going to bring this around to the top of your area right here, so he's going to go ahead and fall in right here, so we can go and bring that up. We can bring this up too, just like that. Go ahead and bring that up 2 more higher than the whole thing. Over here, we can do the same thing here. Bring that up as well. Then we're going to want to place a sign right there in the end. Go ahead and bring up the glass all the way over to here. Same thing all the way over around. Up on top, do the same. And encase that all the way in. And then once you have that in right here, before you get all the way encased, go ahead and place in your water on top of that sign, and you should see that it goes all the way down over there. Then you can go ahead and butt this all the way up and close all that up with glass. Once you have that set up to where your villager will reach this point, go ahead and come up on this back side by 5 more blocks. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Around here we can come up by 5 more as well. 5 more here. And then in the front over here, you're going to come up by 3, just like that. Go ahead and put a cap on the very top here, just like so. Go ahead and place in a sign. We're going to grab our signs right here. Place in a sign on top of this water, like that. There we go. And then some more water on top of that one. And then another sign on top of that guy. Alright, and then we'll wait for the water that's going to go right there. We're going to go ahead and put in the rest of this. We're going to come over here to the center of the build, just like this, right in front of that area right there. Then we're going to come a total of 7 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. We're going to go ahead and bring this all the way around, just like so. We can cancel out our corner blocks. We can bring that all the way around, just like that. There we go. And then go ahead and encase this whole thing in a giant tube. Just like this. And now we're going to go ahead and head on inside. And down here on the back, you're going to place in a sign right there. And another sign in right there. And that's going to allow you to place some water in right here, which will bring your villager on down this way. And here in just a minute, we're going to place in some more water, which will bring your villager on down this way. Build yourself a roof extending off the top of your lamps up there by 5 blocks out. And just beneath your glass tube, go ahead and break this block out right here, and go ahead and place in an upwards facing observer, just like that, with a lever on the bottom side facing in this direction right there, not this one right here, not like this. You want to have it facing sideways, just like that. Up above, go ahead and grab a solid block and place that on the face of that observer with 3 redstone dust coming across the face of it, just like that. Grab your sticky pistons, place 2 right there and 2 more right here. On the sides of those, you can place in 2 blocks just like that. and with some redstone dust on top, and do the same thing on this side with 2 blocks like that and some redstone dust on top. Place in 2 lamps in front of those sticky pistons, and depending on which way your lever is facing, if it's facing towards the right, then you're going to go ahead and have a redstone block on top of that lamp. If it's facing to the left, you'd have a redstone block on top of this lamp. But if not, then you'd go ahead and have them catty corner just like this. Then obviously you'd have some glass on top of there, and then some glass over here just like that. You should see that when you flick that lever, the lights go ahead and change, and so do the glass. The glass should alternate as well, going back and forth, telling the villager whether or not to go left or to go right. Now to build a villager tube that goes left and right, go ahead and come in here in the center, between here, and place in a glass block right there, and then break that one out and place another one in right here. At this point, you can come out 6 more blocks, so that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then you can go ahead and build this whole tube up just like this, all the way up and around. Give it a roof, just like that. There we go. You come up just like this. Carry that design out all the way across down to each side. Now to place your water in, you're going to go ahead and come on inside. Come all the way back up here to your sign. Place in your bucket of water. You should see that that comes out this side just like that, and that should come out towards the same side that your lamp is on. That way you know that when you go ahead and flick this lever, you should see that the water goes ahead and changes direction, the same with your lamp. Right in the dead center of your villager sorter, go ahead and come off that with a 7-block wide hallway just like this. You're going to be coming out here on the sides, and you can extend these hallways out by a total of 5 blocks wide just like this. You can put those blocks in there as well. Over here on the side, you're going to go ahead and start placing in some glowstone. This glowstone is going to skip a block every one. And then when you hit 4 glowstone, you're going to skip 3 and go ahead and continue the pattern. Now that pattern can continue all the way on until you hit the very end, which you'll have 1 more block like this. You can extend that pattern all the way down as far as you like. Once you've put your glowstone in on both sides, go ahead and build these 1x1 cells on top of the glowstone just like this, so your villager can come in here just like that. You're going to go ahead and place in a fence post with a carpet on top of your choice, and then you can go ahead and put in some more light sources right here on the sides, and then go ahead and cross over the top with a block of your choice. Just above your villager holding cell, go ahead and place in some upside down stairs all the way down the line. Once you're done with that, go ahead and come up on top, and anywhere that you have a villager holding cell, place in 2 sticky pistons on top of each other just like this. Just go and get that done all the way across. And then down here on the bottom, you can go ahead and place in a block of your choice just as a filler, so that way it's easier for you to go ahead and place in some more upside down stairs on the face of those right there. There we go. And then up on top of here, we can place in some glowstone just like this. There we are. And then anywhere that we do have a villager holding cell, we can place in a lamp just like that. So we can place in all of these, and then you can go and duplicate that on the other side, as well as putting in a slab in between each of these lamps. Once your villager trading hall is looking like this, go ahead and come down here to the end where your villager sorter is, and go ahead and cap off the ends here with some decorative blocks like that, and go ahead and cap off this so that way everything's looking nice and neat. You can even bring over some blocks like this and go and cover all that up, and yeah, now we're looking pretty good. The 3 wide gap that you have in between your villager pods right here, you can just go ahead and skip a lamp just like this, and go ahead and put levers on the bottom sides of all of your lamps just like that, and then go ahead and come up on top, break out the glowstone behind all of your pistons, place an observer facing your pistons so they fire out just like that, and do that for every single piston down the line. You'll notice that 2 of those observers are noticeable right here in the front hallway, which you can go ahead and take a redstone block like this with a couple of white trapdoors like that. Go ahead and come on down by a couple of blocks like this, and go ahead and place in yourself a regular piston facing upwards just like that, and another one facing upwards just like that. Then you can go ahead and take these out, and now you got yourself some nice looking trapdoors. Next, come out to the hallways and go ahead and border this up. Now, if you're going to be making this one hallway, you can go ahead and border this up right here, just like that. Or if you're going to be making it longer, you can actually take some of this glowstone here and go and extend that out 3 blocks, making that a total of 5 blocks, just like that. And that's because your next villager pods will actually be right here. The glowstone down here would be mirrored right there, and you'd go ahead and duplicate this over again. Do the same for the other side, and go ahead and put in upside down stairs for the crown molding, and then over here on the side you can turn them in. Go ahead and expand your hallways too to go ahead and match the length of your walls, so if you're going to expand this thing, you have room to go ahead and go into that corridor. But next we're going to go ahead and go on top of our villager pods right here. Starting right there, you're going to go ahead and place in glass going all the way down to the end of your villager trader. Just like that. There we are. Once you're at the very end, go ahead and come up by 2 blocks just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and come across right here. Go ahead and place in blocks down the line all the way down, coming back just like that. There we are. Alright, now that's going to make it easier on us. We can actually place another one right there. To do this, we're going to go ahead and grab our oak trapdoor or any other trapdoor of your choice and go ahead and place it in like that and turn it down just like that. That way it's facing just like so. We're going to go ahead and do that for every single piston. Once all of your trapdoors are on, go ahead and come down here to the end. Go ahead and bring glass and bring that all the way down to the end. And also on this side, go ahead and bring your glass too high all the way down to the end. Once you have all that installed, go ahead and grab a bucket of water. Come on over here, being careful not to place it on the stair, and place in a bucket of water that comes all the way across just like that. What you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and place in a couple of signs. You're going to place in a sign right there, and another sign right here, just like that. Then you're going to go ahead and place in another sign right here. There we go, and then place in water right there, and that's going to continue on down the rest of the way. Go ahead and mirror that design on both sides and make sure that anywhere you have this 3 wide gap in between your modules, that you have this 2 wide sign gap like this, so the water continues to go all the way across all the modules. Once you go ahead and do that, if you needed to expand this, then you're going to go ahead and duplicate this exact design. You're going to take this water stream right here and you're going to place it right on top of this glowstone right here, and that would be the next villager pod, and this would be the next villager stream right next to it. So that's how you would expand that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and show you how to get the villagers into this first stream right here. You need to go ahead and knock that piece of glass out right there, and you can go ahead and put in 2 pistons just like that, sticky pistons right there. You can go and come back out here like that and put that glass back. There we are. We need to come around on this side now. We need to go ahead and place in our trapdoor. That's going to go in here like that. There we are. Now we can come on top. Like I was explaining earlier, if you're going to be having one water stream here and then you're going to expand it and have another water stream here, then basically you could put in 2 of these lamps. You could go ahead and put a lamp here and put in a lamp here and come underneath and put in a couple levers like this. And then on top, we're going to take an observer output from that. So basically you'd go ahead and build exactly what I'm going to build on this side over here just like that. So we're going to come up by 3 observers right there. We're going to take in a solid block. Let's go ahead and grab one of those here. Let's go ahead and take that right there. There we are. Solid block right there. Go ahead and put in a solid block there, and another one there. And what we're going to do is we're going to run redstone dust right here. And then we're going to run a repeater right there with some redstone dust on top of this one right there. Be sure to duplicate that right here next to the other one, and also do the same thing for the other side as well. And don't forget to switch off your water stream. You're going to want to come down here and turn that over here like this before you do this side. That way your water stream is dry, and that way you don't soak everything. You should see that when your water comes down the way, it comes down just like this, and then when you come on down here and you flick one of these levers, just like that, you can hear that noise, and then these trap doors go ahead and chop off the water, as well as leave a nice little area for your villager to fall down into the next water stream. Now, if you're also having troubles with your villagers in this water stream, you can also take this bit of water right here. Let's go and grab ourselves a water bucket, and you can also go like this with it. You can take it like this and bring it up here, and also put your water right there, which will also push the villager right here in this very first area. So I'd recommend doing it this way versus the other way. So once you have that done, then you can go ahead and come on out just like this. There we are. We can go ahead and flick that on out, and then when you flick that lever again, you should see that it switches back, and then your water source allows it to come down to the next one. So if you wanted to put them down this row, that one is now available, and the villager will come down to this one. Sorry guys, these observers actually don't work this way. I just discovered that they flatten out the trapdoors, which doesn't work. They need to stay vertical. So a way to fix that is to go ahead and take these out. Go ahead and take out the trapdoors that you have in the front there. Go ahead and take those out and go ahead and put those up like that. You're going to take an observer, face that up from that lamp right there. You're going to put a solid block on top with two solid blocks out to the side just like this. You're going to take a repeater. You're going to head that out like that in both directions along with a redstone dust just like that. And you're going to go ahead and duplicate that all the way across all of your platforms. So now all that's been changed, and down here I've also made another mistake. You're going to want to take this water source out, and you're going to want to put that water up here just like this and let it flow down like that, so that way even if the villager falls down in here, he can still be pushed into that first gap. If you're going to be expanding this design, you're going to need water like this with two signs underneath it to go all the way out to the next side. That'll get you just as far as this one does, so you go all the way to the next module. Also, don't forget to go ahead and cap off all of your villager pods just like that transport all of your villagers. There you go. And I believe that is it. I believe everything is working. Let's go ahead and test it out. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and turn this thing on. That'll go ahead and extend that stair, making sure that no villagers come through. Then from wherever your villager breeder is, go ahead and AFK there, and then when you send them on over, they'll go ahead and go down into this villager holding cell. So now we've got a pretty big batch of them, and they can get even bigger if you want to go ahead and AFK at your villager breeder again. As long as this is in unloaded chunks, these villagers will no longer count towards the cap, so then you can go ahead and breed some more, send some more over, and they can go ahead and get stored in this nice villager pod. Go ahead and flick the lever and let some of these villagers in. I've also turned the audio down because these villagers are really loud. I can't handle the noise. And also, go ahead and write some signs on these lights here. Go ahead and write death on this one and life on this one. Now, this lever, you can go ahead and turn it off and keep the villagers from coming in to make sure that these guys don't take any entity cramming damage. Now, the way that this is going to work is that you're going to go ahead and press this button to get things started. That's going to go ahead and take a minecart and send one guy on through. Now, this guy is not one that we want, so we want to go ahead and have him die. So we're going to go ahead and hit the button, which should go ahead and change it over to death. There we go. Once we do that, we can hit this button, which will go ahead and send him off into the death chamber and send a new villager on through. This guy's going to come over here and die. Just like that. Perfect. Once he's done doing that, we have another villager here that we want to keep. He's a cleric. We're going to go ahead and do that. Now we need to go ahead and choose where we want him to be. What we're going to do is we're going to come around over here and we're going to decide, do we want him on the right side or on the left side, and even if we have this thing expanded, how many rows and over are we going to be going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and choose left or right. We're going to go ahead and put him in the left side. Now if we were expanded, we could even put him over here if we had more rows over here if we had built them, but we haven't, so we're going to go and turn that one off. We're going to go ahead and turn this one on, and as you can see up above, you should see that trapdoor comes out, making it where the villager will fall in it. Once you do that, go ahead and come on down here and select the pod in which you want your villager to be in, which I wanted to be in the first one right here, so we're going to go ahead and flick that one on. Now that we have our area selected, we can come back over here, hit this button. That's going to go ahead and send him off, and as you can see when we go up top, that guy is going to go ahead and go through the system right here. He's going to come up on top, come back on down. He's going to come into the villager viewing area where you can view him inside of this build. Then he's going to come up into the system. Once he comes up into the system, he's going to go through the section here that you told to either go left or to go right. So now he's going to go to the right over here. He's going to hit that trap door, and looks like that trap door has been put on the wrong side. One thing about these trapdoors is that you need to make sure that they're facing opposite of the direction that your water is flowing. So my water is flowing this way, which means that my trapdoors need to be on this side. So we're going to go ahead and place a temporary block there, flip that trapdoor up. There we go. Just like that. There we are. This one can go right here, and just like that. There we are. So now as you can see, that villagers should be able to go ahead and fall down into our system here. There we go. He's going to go ahead and bounce around in there until he gets sucked up and underneath there. There he goes. And now our villager is in his holding cell where he's easy to trade with, nice and easy like that. Now you can come over here and do the next villager. Say this one is a weaponsmith. We want to keep him, so we're going to go ahead and let him live, except we want to put him in a different spot now. So say we want him in the other row, so we're going to go ahead and turn this one off like that. We're going to go ahead and turn this one on like that, which turns it over to this side, but we want him to go down this row, and then we still want him to come into this first section right here. So now that we're done doing that, we can go ahead and press the button right here, and then I'll go ahead and send him off and put that guy right here. There he is, he just came down. So as you can see, this machine actually makes it really quite easy. If you want to kill or keep a villager, you can do that at the press of a button. If you want to keep them, all you have to do is decide where you want them with a couple flicks of a couple levers. You can choose whether or not he wants to go left or right with the flick of a lever. When you choose that, you need to make sure that you choose whatever aisle you're going to send him down, and that's quite easy as well. And then if you have a certain selection that you want to change, you need to make sure that he's going to be right where you want him to be. And that's also done with the flick of a lever. Once you have that in, you come right over here, push this button, and he sends off. And then you're given another villager really nice and quickly to go ahead and do again. And that's going to wrap it up for the tutorial, guys. I hope this was helpful for you, and if it was, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, ring that notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.
Yeah.